7 minutes won the game and the points. Like Benji's really sort of turning back the clock, I think.
Yeah, and I thought the drop goal was quality.
It was really well taken.
I just think they controlled the game, and the first time they played them, they rode the luck in terms of penalties, didn't they, against the Storm? This time, it wasn't a game like that. It was a bit more... But the defence for the Tigers, I mean, okay, they're not flowing great in attack, but the defence of the Tigers is phenomenal this season. It's absolutely unbelievable, and that's the foundation to build from. And then eventually, people like Marshall will be even more than just controlling and running the game, and they'll actually be creating stuff, and then it'll be even more. Do you know what's his name? The halfback partner, Brooks, Luke Brooks.
Yeah.
He's got really short legs, hasn't he?
Yeah.
It's almost like his legs his torso is longer than his legs. It looks weird when he runs.
That's like Liam Marshall, though. Liam Marshall looks like Warwick Davis in Willow when he's
just like a scaled up version. That's what Luke Brooks looks like. Yeah. Right. Warriors 22, Cowboys 12, Knights 15, Broncos 10, Titans 32, Seagulls 20, and Eels 6, Panthers 12. So there's 4 results in the middle of that are just so unexpected. But that all makes the table look upside down, pretty much, apart from the Eels. And it's the Dragons and the Warriors who stay perfect after 5 rounds. The Panthers and the West Tigers still make up the top 4. They're on 8 points. Roosters, Titans, and Knights have 3 wins from 5. Seagulls, Storm, Rabbitohs, Sharks, Broncos, they're all on 4 points. Raiders are off the mark with their first win. Cowboys and Bulldogs also only have 1 win. The Eels sit bottom as the only team yet to get off the mark, although I suppose they were a bit closer this week, which they'll make them feel good. Now we'll move on to preview and predictions, and we'll see what we think is going to happen next week in the world of Rugby League. Okay, Previews and Predictions is sponsored by Payroll Central UK Limited, a family-run business in Derbyshire who offer an outsourced payroll service for businesses across the UK. They specialise in payroll rather than offering it just as a side service, so if you need some support in payroll services, get in touch with them. It's payroll-central.co.uk. If you mention Super League when you contact them, you can get a month's free payroll and a 10% discount on the normal prices. So if your business needs some payroll support, get in touch with them. What was that?
A ghost, I believe.
That's crazy. The goings on of the kitchen studio.
Right.
Okay, so Super League round 11 starts on Thursday night. It's 7:45 kickoff for the Sky game, and it's a flipper round. Widnes don't have to travel to Hull twice in a week, and they are hosting Hull FC. So this fixture will always forever be famous as for the Lee Radford lockout.
Oh yeah.
But how do you see this one going, Lee?
Well, Widnes are busted. Hull FC have got their injuries, but I think Hull FC have got far too much. So I think they're going to win 30-6 or 6-30 without the fixtures reversed.
Yeah, I've got it 28-10 to Hull. So very similar for very similar reasons. Unfortunately for Widnes, I think they can play okay, but they just don't have enough because of injuries and depth and all of that stuff. Whereas Hull, they've got 5 tries in them against that side, I think. Albert Kell on his own probably create a couple. Friday night, there's only one game. The televised game, that's always good for a Friday night. I think everyone's rugby league focus can be on 2 of the titans of the competition. Second travels to 4th as it's Leeds hosting my Wigan Warriors. I have gone for a Wigan win. Shock, shock, horror. The one thing I think is, unless Leeds have a remarkable turnaround injuries-wise, Wigan have got a depth of props. Now, they didn't play great last week, and I'm sure they'll all have had a real good talking to this week about that. But we've got a depth of props that are fit and healthy and playing well, so I think that's going to play into our favour. We've got try scorers across the back line, and I just think we'll have enough in the pack if we can control what Leeds' meterage is. It's going to be a second. Basically, whichever team wins the first half on this one will win the game because these two are two of the best three second half teams in the league. Leeds always finish strong, and Wigan have been battering teams in the second half. So I think 25-18, Wigan are going to win, and I think whichever side goes in with whichever side gets to a 2-try advantage probably will have enough to see this one out.
Yeah, it is Joel, because Joel Moon missed the game, but it was a virus, wasn't it, or an illness? So will he be back?
Yeah, that's always the lottery, isn't it? We're doing the show on a Monday. We don't need to know the lineup. But I suspect so.
Yeah.
Does that change your...
No, I've sort of banked on him being back. I think Leeds are going to win this. Obviously, they're the home team. It's close. And I think there'll only be 2 points in it. But I think Leeds are going to win 18-16.
Wigan's away form hasn't been spectacular this season, so it's going to be an interesting one for both sides, certainly. Saturday, 3:00, Warrington are hosting Hull Kingston Rovers. Are you going to be able to get to this one after your community commitments?
Yes, I am. I'll be there, yeah.
So how do you think it's going to go for your side?
I am going to put the Mockers on my team because I find, unlike you always never want to not back your boys. Yeah. I don't like to back my boys because I feel like I jinx them.
You're that importantly.
But I can't not back them. So I'm going to go Warrington 20-12. I do worry. I do think that they've got down that right edge. I do think that they might score a couple of tries, which is where their 12's going to come from, I think. But yeah, I think we'll have too much.
I do think you've got. I've gone 30 points to 14. Although your scoreline does sound a bit more tempting, actually, just because Warrington aren't scoring that many points, are they? I just think Warrington have got the better side. They've got a bit more going on in the forward pack, and the halfback started to show something. Mm-hmm. So I think you might start to score a few more points, and I hope that the King Charnley gets going again rather than old Ryan Atkins. But 30 points to 14 I've got. Right, Sunday, 3 games on Sunday, all in Yorkshire, all in close proximity to each other. Wakefield versus St Helens, that's a 3:00 kickoff. I'm going with St Helens on this one because Wakefield haven't proved to me yet that they can win against one of the top sides, and St Helens are that. Mm-hmm. Very much that. So I've gone 32 points to 20 in favour of the Saints. I think a reasonable win for them. Wakefield won't be shy, but they won't be able to compete for the 80 minutes. Yeah.
I think St Helens have possibly got the best defence in the league.
Yeah, they have. Them and Wigan, very much so. On all the stats are very similar.
Yeah, and I think they'll keep Wakefield down to 10. But I think St Helens are on attack. They'll do what they always do. But I think it potentially might look like it's going to be a close game at half time, and then they'll score plenty of tries in the second half. So it's 28-10 to St Helens.
Sounds reasonable. Sunday at 3:00 is Huddersfield versus Salford. I'm seeing bits from Huddersfield that they've got something more going in attack. They've still got question marks for me about what's going on at half-back. It's not been perfect, but it's been good. It's been better. They've scored some tries in the last couple of games. Well, and they were competitive against Leeds. They didn't score against Catalan, but they were competitive against Leeds in the home game. They scored tries against Castleford in the home game. I sort of think Huddersfield will have enough to edge this because I was worried about Salford's ability to convert their chances with so little depth in those playmaking positions. So I'm going to go 24-20 for Huddersfield on that basis. It was a home side win prediction for me, though. What do you think?
So I've gone the other way on this one. I saw, from what I saw of Salford, and because they were so close and there was those fine margins that stopped them from getting through and scoring against us, I feel, I guess a Huddersfield team that I think somebody earlier on said they're the worst team in Super League history. I don't know if that's the case, but they're not doing great. And no. I think Salford will win 16-20, and I'd like them to win as well because I'd like them to. I like the coach. Not that I've got anything against Huddersfield, but no. I would like Salford to do okay apart from Robert Louis. Obviously.
Yeah, I would quite like either Huddersfield, if Huddersfield retained like a young English coach, or Salford to be that 8th side this year. Okay, Then Sunday 3:30 kickoff down the lane, Castleford versus Catalan. I can't see anything other than a home win. I think that there's going to be points in it for both sides. So I've got 36 points to 20 for the home side. But I can't see them not getting out to a lead that Catalan won't be able to pull back. Hopefully Catalan don't lose their heads as much in terms of the penalty count, but because that's a real killer on the Castleford short pitch. But yeah, Castleford for me.
Yeah, Castleford for me as well. I've gone 20-10 to them. Hopefully they can put two halves together, but they won't need to put more than one, I don't think, to beat Catalan.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Championship game of the week was really tough to find one because it's basically the top half versus the bottom half this week. The closest match size I could find was Batley, who were, resilient against Toronto, if not exceptional, versus Toulouse. I still think Toulouse will win, but that was the best pick I could come up with. Do you have a view other than Toulouse will win?
No.
League One game of the week, I've got Hunslet versus Workington. This is two of the teams vying for those playoff places that'll be in that conversation. Workington with a huge win last week. Hunslet need to get something going. They did get a comeback win against Oldham, which was good for them, but Oldham are having a poor start to the season. I think this is a test game for both of them to see who can jump out above the pack. I'm going to tip Workington just because I know a bit more about them.
I was going to go Workington, but I'll go Hunslet instead. Balance it up.
Fair enough. Well, we don't get. We have
to
score
anyway, so
balance it. Right, in the NRL, we've got the Rabbitohs playing the Roosters in Sydney Thursday, 10:50 a.m. That's the Sky game. You'll get to see some Burgesses going in action there. On Friday morning, we won't get to see this one because they seem to be intent on not showing us what Graham and Widdup are up to for the Dragons. But it's the Dragons versus Sharks, 10:50 a.m. if you've got the Watch NRL app. Cowboys versus the Bulldogs is Sky's game Saturday morning at 8:30 a.m. So decent time to get some watching in of that game if you fancy it, but no British interest and two sides down the bottom of the table. So it's going to be interesting to see who can start their season up here. Raiders versus the Eels on Saturday. You'll get to see Elliot Whitehead go again in that one, 10:35, and that one is on Sky. So that's good. But even though that's the bottom two, the one that shows all the shit sides this week. And then finally, the Panthers versus the Titans, and it's getting close to the last time I'm going to have to mention the Titans in the Brit Watch conversation. 5 o'clock on Sunday morning if you've got Watch NRL and you want to get up to watch that one live. But it looks like
Greenwood's coming
home, very potentially. So maybe the last time we talk about them. And that's it for preview and predictions. And we're going to move on now to wrap up and quiz time.
Woohoo!
Right, Leigh, I've got a quiz for you, and I have taken into account that you've not been following the sport for a particularly long time, and this quiz is all about current Warrington players who've been Dream Team selections.
Right, okay.
So 9 of Warrington's current squad have made the end of season Super League Dream Team during their careers. All you need to do is name them, don't worry, there'll be clues along the way. And also, there's only one of them, so the oldest one to last appear was 2012, so it's all relatively recent. They're all still in the current Warrington squad. I mean, by all means, you can take a punt at them without any clues if you like.
Okay.
And I'll
Chris Hill.
Chris Hill. So Chris Hill's been named in the team 3 times: 2012, 2014, and 2016. So by that pattern, 2018 he'll be in the team again this year. That's one.
Ryan Atkins was
Ryan Atkins is a 2-time member of the Dream Team, 2012 and 2016.
Darryl Clark.
Yeah, Darryl Clark made it in 2014. His Man of Steel year, of course. He's one of the 4 players who've made the team. 5 players who've made the Dream Team not playing for Warrington.
Right.
Yeah.
Ratch. Steph Ratchford.
No, you've not. No, Ratchford. He's never made it.
Not?
No, he's not. No. Probably because he's never really had a nailed-on position.
Yeah, and his full-back's there's always too much competition in that.
He's played a bit at 6. He's played a bit at centres, hasn't he, as well? So over his longer time at what? Maybe you don't remember those times so well when he played in different positions, but yeah.
So, remember the current squad that are in the squad right now, or they've been in the Warrington squad?
No, they are now in. They are now in the Warrington squad in 2018, and they've been in the Dream Team at some point in the past. Right. Yeah. So you got 3 without any clues. Yeah. So that's pretty good going, isn't it? So you're already to a third of the mark. So you only need 2 more to achieve the half mark watermark. Right. So no play.